First and foremost, as always, I love to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, and do so by Hashem Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, man. I had bought a car mount, to mount the phone to the vent, but I don't know. It seemed like Amazon has a delay on workers, so it ain't come yet. It was supposed to come yesterday. So the car lessons can be more effective. So I don't gotta be holding the phone and looking down at the same time while I'm driving. But anyway, as y'all can see from the title of the screen, it says sifting season. Sifting season isn't over. Slash this BS is only temporary. Right? Hey brother, y'all slow on, mop. Slow on. Yeah, so sifting season isn't over. We just got finished with the Feast of Unleavened Bread last this past Sunday, sundown. I want to say it was. That was the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and we all know, for all the brothers that been in the faith for a while now, around the Passover season, that tends to be the time where a lot of guys fall out the faith, or a lot of guys succumb to weird, seducing doctrines, etc. And that still can happen, right? That still can happen even after the Feast of Unleavened Bread, right? We've seen that plenty of times. The Heavenly Father have that sifting season prolonged for however long He wants. And that's why we have to constantly pray to Him. Constantly involve ourselves within the Scriptures, indulging in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And because, hey, speaking as a man, right, around this time is a scary it's really like a scary time, right? Like, you're literally asking Heavenly Father, to pass over you. Now, of course, we don't put the blood on our doorposts, as we did in the ancient time, in the ancient world, right? But now in this time, because of the death of Yahweh Shai, we're hoping that His blood is sprinkled on us, right? We're hoping that we have that mark of exempt, which is in Ezekiel 9, chapter 9, verse 4, which is the Hebrew word thawah, which again means exemption from judgment. And fun fact, well, not fun fact, but truth, when, hey, right, the brother Mayaka Allah Shalom, bro, when the Lord Yahweh Shai told Peter in Luke 22 and 31, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. He told Peter that during the night of the Passover. That was actually the night of Passover. When you jump up to verse 1, I believe, and Luke chapter 22, that was actually the day of Passover. So we see how sifting and sifting season and Passover season is intertwined with each other. And when you fast forward 2,000 years, later, that's what you see. Right? You see time and time after again, year after year, a lot of guys fall out during this time. Why is that? That's because ultimately they didn't have that mark of the law on them, and the Heavenly Father told the angels to move on them, because that's essentially, who does all the bidding of the Heavenly Father. The angels, right? It tells you that. You see that in the book of Job, right? You see how the Heavenly Father sifted Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, on Job, right? We see that in Sirach 39, right? How there are spirits that are created for vengeance, and those are different angels. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So we just have to endure it, man. We just gotta continue to fight through whatever we may be going through, because at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it at the end, which ties in to the next point, where it says this BS is temporary. And what do I mean by that? Captivity, right? Being here in captivity, right? Going through what we had to go through, which is the fire, which is the furnace of affliction. And when you're on the road to greatness, you have to go through some type of hardships and afflictions, right? That's what comes with the game, right? That's what comes. That's just the nature of the beast, right? If you're on the road to greatness for something great, you have to go through hardships. There's no, there's nobody that had gotten glory didn't go through any form of hardships. And the example, the top example of that is Yahweh Shai, right? When you read when you read in the Gospels, Yahweh Shai had to go through hella hardships. First of all, as soon as Yahweh Shai was to be born, he had the Edomite trying to kill him. As soon as he was to be born. That's Matthew chapter 2. So already a little baby, he has an enemy on his head wanting to murder him. Right? Like that is insane. Just imagine that. You're just a baby. You're just a baby and you have a grown ass man with a whole military, a militia wanting to murder you as soon as you're born. He's on your head. So Yahweh Shai, he was brought into the world with difficulties, right? The homeboys that he grew up with didn't believe in him. Two of his brothers didn't believe in him. That's in St. John chapter, I think that's in St. John chapter 7. That's John chapter 7. Yahweh Shah, I think he had four brothers. Two believed and two of them didn't. And I believe Yahweh Shah had a sister as well, or maybe multiple, right? What else? Man, Yahweh Shai had to go through all. Going on a cross, or getting spit, or getting spat in the face, getting slapped up. But he went through all that, and then what happened? He got glory. Now he's sitting back on the right hand of the Heavenly Father on the throne, and then he's going to come back to the earth and receive more glory. But the point is, he had to go through difficulties. He had to go through hardships, but it was only temporary. It was only temporary, and that's the same thing with us, right? We're on the road to greatness. We're on the road to glory. So we have to go through this temporary hardships. That's just the that's just the name. That's just the name of the game. That's the nature. That's just the nature of the beast, right? The Heavenly Father have us here for a reason. Are resisting pleasures because we're about to get a crown. So, and matter of fact, right now I'm actually on my way to captivity. I'm on my way to work. Right, six day working. Don't nobody want to do that. Jake want to be chilling. Hey, but that's what's about to come real soon. Right, that's why really it's kind of heavy in Israel right now. A lot of things within Israel is happening. Right, because we're actually transitioning into that time of Second Ezra 16. Then it shall be known who are my chosen. Ultimately, that's going to come at the end. Everything is said and done when the elect endure. The mark of the beast, hour of temptation, etc., etc. But we just got to endure what we're in right now, our current condition, right? So that we can go ahead and get that glory. This shit is only temporary, and that's how we gotta look at it. We have to look at this as only temporary, right? The day of destruction can happen at any given time. So don't lose the battle, right? Because that's what we see. A lot of people are losing the battle. So close, so close, so close to the end, and guys are just dropping the plow. And it's like, for what, man? But which ultimately just carnally speaking, but we already know the spiritual aspect of it. That's because they wasn't They wasn't called and chosen. See, you can be called. You can be called all you want. Like for example, you can be called to a job interview, but that doesn't mean that you got the interview. If you wasn't chosen for the job, you won't get a call back. Same rule, and that's the same rule apply for the faith. Yeah, you can be called into the truth. You can be out there teaching for a little bit. Yeah, but ultimately, if you're not chosen, you're not going to endure. That's just how it is. The Heavenly Father, he chooses who he wants, right? So yeah, so this is only temporary. We just got to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we'll be fine. What it say in Book of Romans? I think that's Romans 8. Yeah, I think it's Romans 8, where it says, this present time. Essentially, just to summarize it, this present time doesn't hold a candle to what we're going to get. The glory that we're going to receive. So when we get to the kingdom, we're going to be looking back at captivity like, man, bro, what we have now, man, that shit was light work compared to all the glory that we're gonna receive in the kingdom. And that's how much the Heavenly Father is gonna that's how much the Heavenly Father is gonna deck us out in the kingdom. That's how flawless the kingdom is gonna be. We're gonna look back at America like, damn, like that was a shit, bro, compared to what we have now. Look at that. Right. If you can go ask a billionaire, a millionaire, or billionaire before they got rich, they probably be like, man, I probably do that shit all. If I knew guaranteed that I'm gonna get rich again, I go through my hardships again just to get rich again. They probably would. Why is that? Because now they're enjoying the fruits of their labor. They like, man, man, all that shit that man, sleeping on the floor, sleeping in my car. I'd do that shit all over again if I knew guaranteed I was gonna get rich again. So same thing applies for us in the kingdom. We're gonna look back like, man, that shit was light work, bro, compared to what we have now. Yeah, so hey, shalom to the sister, shalom to Dawam Lab. Hey, so I'm gonna close out on that. Yahweh Dazah, you brothers and sisters were edified. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh. Do so by Shem Yahweh Shai. Hey, shalom, death to America.